Mm. All right. All right. Welcome to another episode of Spa Marketing School. This is a brand new series brought to you by Atto Aesthetics, where we are bringing you bite-sized bits of marketing information that's easy for you to apply in your spa in 15 minutes or less. And we have a very special guest, Mr. Ryan Files, who has been on so many of our podcasts and shows and just really helped support our clients over the years with their SEO and website and marketing needs. And so, Ryan, thank you for popping on here to this new series. You're going to talk to us about Google Business Profile today, right?
That's right. That's right. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it.
All right. I'm going to share my screen. So just let me know you can see it.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the time. This is going to be extremely simple today. And it's also going to be a topic that I've touched on multiple times with the Addo community. And I find I continue to bring it back up because day after day, time after time, I meet with medical spas, traditional spa owners. And when I broach this topic, they have no idea. They've never heard of it or they don't know how to impact the map section of Google. And so today we're going to sharpen our skills on how to positively influence the map section of Google. So let's get started. I first just wanted to answer the question of what it is in case you don't have a visual or a good understanding of what is the Google Map section. Think if I go and search spa near me, Botox provider near me, microneedling near me, or weight loss injections near me. People search services near them all of the time. And you'll notice if you go to Google and you search the near me searches, the very first thing that pops up is the map section of Google. Honestly, you can even go to ChatGPT and you could search microneedling providers near me, and you'll see the very first thing that appears is the map section of Google. So this is extremely important, and we're going to dig into how to increase your rankings here. Before I do, I want to answer the question, why does it matter? For anyone that's curious, like, why does it matter? How can this help me? The map section is really important for three main reasons. One, it's your local community. The only time that you're going to appear in the map section is when someone is looking and they're located near you. When someone searches near me in Google, that's kind of the indicator or the search term where Google goes, okay, I need to show the maps because they're looking for providers near them. And based on what they're looking at, and that's really coming into the second thing, is it's not just people near you, but it's also intent based. They're looking for something, and they're not just looking for anything, they're looking for services that you offer. So if you optimize your listing appropriately and you clearly communicate the services that you provide to Google, when that user is searching microneedling near me and they're near you, so they're your local community, and they offer the service that you provide, that's when you have the opportunity to show up. So again, that makes it extremely valuable for you because in that moment of decision or that research stage, you can appear and receive that referral from Google when they're in market. The last reason is that it's your first impression. A lot of times people think website as your first impression. And to be honest, most of the time it's not. Most of the time, it's someone looking at your reviews, and you probably all have heard this before. I read your reviews and I reached out. Where did they read your reviews? 9 times out of 10, they read your reviews on your Google business profile. So, again, another reason why it's really important. So, they're near you, they're searching for services you offer, and it's your very first impression. All right, so let's get into it. And I'm gonna stay on deck and off deck. I want to show you, I think visuals are really helpful with this in trying to teach someone how to impact it. So I'm going to dig into three of the most, there are more than this, but I'm going to touch on the most important three. So, how do I improve my rankings? Let's touch on the three quick tips you can do to rank higher in the map section of Google. The first is your business category. And I'm going to show you this. Let me hop off. So we're going to hop off. Hopefully this works well in testing, but I want to show you what this category section is all about because it's actually the most important thing, even more important than reviews. You all have heard reviews are important, but this is actually more important, and I'm going to show you why. So I'm searching Botox near me when I'm in Austin, right? You can see this right here. If I search Botox near me, I'm in Austin, this is what I see. Notice right here, see how all three of these are medical spas? This is that category section directly in the map section or your Google business profile. So this is that Google business profile. You can see they're all medical spas. Well, let's search facial near me. So here's custom facial near me. See how this is different. This isn't medical spas anymore. Now these are all showing facial spas because I'm searching facial near me. And then the last one, what if you bought a new laser? Let's say you purchased a laser device, you now offer laser hair removal. Well, what if you forget to add the category laser hair removal service? You see how all three of these say laser hair removal service? The thing that I want you to understand is that the category, Google has certain preferences for categories for specific searches. So for this instance, if you forgot when you purchase that laser device to go into your Google business profile and add laser hair removal service as a category, that could be the reason that's keeping you from showing up directly on the first page of Google, right at the top when someone searches laser hair removal near me. So it's really important that you understand the right, based on your services, what categories do I need to have in my Google business profile?
And
So
Ryan,
that's,
when you were over there, I want to just go right back to where you were because
yeah,
your mouse was hovering on one of the spas. I think it was Refine Aesthetics. I think it was, I don't know exactly where, which one,
yeah.
but it popped up as skincare clinic. And I know that you have some thoughts about skincare clinics popping up. So I wanted you to touch on that real quick because that's a big important thing for a lot of day spas. But also, how many categories are you able to have? Because we want to update our services in the Google Business Profile and like make sure that that section of our is filled out. But as far as specific categories like medical spa, laser hair removal service, how many of those are we able to add?
It's a great question. So you have two questions. I'll answer the last one first. How many categories can you have? There is no exact like limit to how many categories that you can have. So you can only have one primary category. So you have to choose a primary, and I can help you think about what that primary needs to be based on the services that you offer. So I'm happy to help you there for free. But then after that, you can have as many subcategories as you need. And what I find in the aesthetic environment is that you offer a lot of services, whether it's brow services, that's a different category. Lasers, that's a category. Medical spa like Botox and microneedling, those are categories. Facial, that's a category. Facial spa. And so you may do hair. That's a category. You may do weight loss, right? Like weight loss is its own category if you offer semaglutide. So there's a collection of categories that can be really confusing. And that's why I'm talking about it today. I built a spreadsheet that breaks down the 10 most popular aesthetic services that's offered and what the right category for that service is. So I have that. If anyone ever wants to review it, we can look at it together. But I spend all day, like every single day, I meet with a spa that I dig into their profile and help them get this organized. And I hear it time and time again. The very, 2 weeks later, they're like, I'm getting all these leads from this particular service. I can like laser hair that I completely left off, and now I'm getting these laser leads. So it
Well, I
really can.
remember, the reason I asked that other question about the skincare is because we have a shared client that was a growth factor student that did a call with you. You changed it. they were listed as skincare, and then you changed them to facial spa, and they started getting people coming in. And so I just thought that was a really interesting switch. And in aesthetics, so many of us think of us as skincare specialists and skincare. Um, are you going to purchase skincare? Are you going to buy skin? All of these different things, which according to you was more like a kind of Sephora or Ulta or like that's what Google thinks of when they think of skincare.
Yes, I've looked at Google Trends. I actually have done trainings in the past on this, but when people search skincare, if you look at Google Trends, which is where you can go to kind of get into the mind of a user and know what they're searching for in your market, you'll see when they search skincare, they're looking for product, not provider. And you want to show up for things where people are just trying to spend money with you. So they're just searching near me. Those are the types of searches you want is Botox near me. I'm just looking for providers. If you can rank for those, that's going to help you grow. If you rank for skincare searches, they're not looking for providers, they're looking for skincare. And so a lot of times that doesn't like no one searches skincare clinic, surprisingly enough. That's not a search that people make. And so that would not help you. Even if you rank right here, this person's not going to get a lot of leads because no one is searching this thing. So that's important to
Look at the
understand.
difference there. There was one that had 5 reviews and another that had 200 and something. And the difference was, or excuse me, 12 reviews. Skincare Austin has 12. Golden Hour has 221. Golden Hour is facial spa. Oh, but you
Yeah.
typed in skincare clinic. That's why.
Yes, and we could really go down a rabbit hole here. But understand, look at that name, that first name, Skincare Austin. Look at my search, Skincare Clinic.
Yep. Okay.
Not just coincidence, like the name of your business does matter. And that is, I would assume, based on my knowledge in this space, their name is helping them rank higher than someone with a lot of reviews.
Okay. So we've got Skincare Austin, Golden Hour Skincare, Allison Webb Skin Clinic. So it's pulling the names is a
Based
big thing.
on, you can see that plays a role in this particular search.
Okay. All right.
And
Sorry to take you off track, but I
no,
thought that was a really important piece when we're looking at maps.
no, that's great. Hopefully this is helpful for everyone. So, all right, the next thing. Here we go. Sorry about that. All right. So the next one, and this one I won't spend as long on because we have spent time on this on podcast, and I think people know this. I just want to make sure that I say it. Your reviews matter than more than what you think they do. If all you did and the takeaway that you received from this call is I need to grow my reviews, it will actively help you grow your practice at the same. Like if you grow your reviews almost at the same time, you're going to start getting more referrals from Google. It matters a lot. Every single one of these. Look at this. Every one. Botox. Look at these reviews. Hundreds of reviews. Facials. Hundreds of reviews. Laser. Hundreds of reviews. There was only one that had under 100 reviews right here. That's the only one, and she's been in business for 15 plus years. But all of your reviews really matter. So if you only have 20 reviews, that's simply not enough. You need to focus on growing your reviews. It can help you grow your business. All right. The last thing is editing your business and service details. So you can see right here, let me show you what this is. So let me just show you. I know I'm bouncing around a lot, but I want you to see this because Google, when Google bolds things like with Botox near me, you'll see this little check mark and it says provides. And look down here, provides, and they bold things. When they bold things, that's telling you, like that's Google giving you a secret on how this person is showing, where they're showing up. And they're letting you see this person has actually gone into their service section. That's what this is right here. And they have written Botox treatments as a service that they provide. What that lets me know is that it carries weight in how you can rank. So you may have a lot of reviews and you may have your category right, but if you don't take the time to individually list the services that you offer on your listing right here. Look at this. See this service section? And you don't list it, that is going to keep you or hurt you from ranking. And look, there's even, you can see this person's starting to work on the descriptions as well, where they're starting to write descriptions right here as well. I can show you where this is, but after you've got your category right and you're actively growing your reviews, this section is the next most important section if you're interested in ranking in the map section of Google. So just a quick recap, make sure you get your category right, grow your reviews, and make sure every single service that you offer is in your Google Business profile. If you add new services, which is very common in this space, you need to go to your Google Business listing and add those services directly on your profile.
How
All right.
how often are you recommending that a spa owner, spa CEO is reviewing their Google Business profile? Should this be a task that's a once a month task, a once a quarter task? Like, how frequently should we be going in and checking our services up to date? Did our phone number change? Did any, what are the things that we don't think of? And I'm seeing, I asked about phone numbers because there's a lot of practices that will start out and so often they'll be giving their own personal phone number. And it's like, okay. And then they finally get to a certain point and they're switching that number into a cloud-based phone system. But you've got to change your phone number all over the place, right? If you forget that, you've got your personal number on Google, which is not a great idea.
Well, it's a good question. My answer to that is how often do you want Google to come back to your profile and index it and look at it and make updates on their own website based on your profile? And the reason why I asked that question is the more you work on your profile, Google sees the cadence in which you make changes. They do this on your website as well. And if they see that you haven't made a change in 2 years on your Google business profile, they're not going to come back and look at your profile for that same period of time. Like you may make an update and it may take 6 months for Google to actually go in and index their website and that change to start showing up in the map section of Google. But let's say you're working on it twice a month, which is typically my baseline answer to that question, twice a month.
Okay.
Google is starts to see like, oh my goodness, this person is making updates, keeping this up to date and changing it often, and they will come look at your listing more often. And you'll start to see yourself move in the map section more frequently. And so the more you work on this, truly is the better. I always recommend like this is one, it's included in any SEO services we offer. So that is included if you hire someone. It's also great, like just the profile itself, that's a great VA work. So if you have a VA that you're leveraging for certain tasks, like this is a very simple, easy thing that you can, hire out maybe to a VA because it's not technical. There's no code that's in this. This is very simplistic, which is one of the things that I love about the Google Business Profile.
Wonderful. All right. So all in all, this initial, what you talked about today shouldn't really take more than 10 minutes or so for someone to go in, make sure they have the right name, that they're checking their reviews, they're listing their services, etc. I see you've got the code up here. We've had at time of recording, we've had over 250 of our clients book calls with you. You do this free SEO checklist or oh, this is for the checklist.
And a
But
consultation. This is
okay,
you can get if you want to know like the top 12 things I need to do. I showed you three. I want to know all of them. There's a checklist of 12 things you can do. If you want to see those categories that you need to do based on the top 10 searches or services, like what I mentioned earlier, that's in this checklist as well. It's linked in the checklist. You can download that checklist right here. If you want to book a consult with me, on this page where you can download the checklist, you also can book a consult with me. So I encourage you, if you're interested to meet and have me help, you can do that. Or if you just want to do it yourself, the checklist is included here.
wonderful. And as I was saying, we've had over 250 of our clients book calls with Ryan. Always really, really positive feedback. And when we're looking in Spa at how to grow your practice, the way that we're getting new clients, it's SEO, it's social, and it's word of mouth referrals. And so we've got the tactical pieces of SEO and social, which can be paid or organic. And then you've got your relationship marketing kind of foundationally there. But these tactical pieces, there are people who dedicate their entire careers to understanding all of these changes that are so regularly happening in how we show up, how we rank. A thing right now with Google in particular is like they've got that AI section up at the top. And so there's new things of like, well, how do we show up there? If that's, you had mentioned we're searching in ChatGPT, that's new, right? That's a new thing. So it's really wonderful to have somebody who is an expert in this space to really focus on and understand all of the different changes that are happening so quickly. So, thank you, Ryan. I really appreciate your time and energy and expertise. And we'll catch you on the next episode.
Thank you.